done a little bit of setup here in the garage. I have a gig coming up in a few days, and I'm using my own gear for the first time. I basically had to put together a PA from scratch. I've had several different systems over the course of the last so many years, and sold it all. And I went ahead and I started from scratch, which means new mics, remade all my cables. I didn't think that I was going to get back into it. 5 years ago, I decided I'm done. I'm not running sound anymore, and happened to come across a band that knew a friend of a friend. They said, hey, we need a sound guy. I said, well, that's great. I didn't have much gear. I had a couple EQs and stuff left over, and decided that I was going to then run sound for them, and I've been using their own gear for a very long time. But it came to a point where I really wanted my own system again. I wanted to start doing some small jobs. My own band, started playing in a band again, and just said, okay, I'm going to do a PA, but I'm going to do it small, compact, lightweight, something that I could take around to small bars and medium-sized bars and throw most of it in the back of a car and make it really, really easy. I wanted light, compact. I did all powered stuff. So I went with the QSC K line. I went with some K12s. My thought is I went ahead and bought 4 K12s. Right now I'm using 2 as tops, and I'm using 2 as monitors, and the rest of the band uses a form of in-ears. Now, my plan was I'm going to then replace 2 of those K2s. I'm going to keep them, put them out, so I'll have 4 K12s for floor monitors, and then do some of the newer KW stuff for the tops. And I'm running the KW181s for subs, and we can see that here, right here. I'm going to try and do this. I got it set up on a tripod. So we've got the 2 K12s on the top, and we got the KWs down at the bottom. I'm running a snake and a sub snake. I'm just kind of testing all this stuff out because, like I said, I have a job coming up here in a few days, and we're going to we'll see that gig log once I actually get it done. But the purpose of this video, I've got this all set up. My thought when I went ahead and planned all this out and purchased it is I went with the Persona Studiolive. One, because it is a compact 24-channel mixer. It is all digital. It has all of my effects, my EQs, everything built into one. So I don't need a big front of house rack. I don't need outboard compressors, and I don't need outboard EQs and outboard effects. And the weight of that rack, I've got half of that right here in my mixer. Now, my planning is I am a sound guy. I'm also a singer. I'm a guitar player. I wanted something that I could control from stage, not hiring a sound guy, and being able to control aux mixes, be able to control main overall volume. If I need to change a couple things, I can do that. Now, Studiolive, or Personas, and with the Studiolive has come up with what's called universal control, and that's their FireWire interface or FireWire application. You have to make sure that you're upgraded to the latest universal control release. So this is my setup as it sits right now, because I'm going to just take you off the tripod. So what I did is I purchased a small little setup. Instead of having a table and hauling around a table, I found something that folds up really compact, and I can put it just about anywhere, including the front seat of my car if I need to. So this is my setup. It is a keyboard type stand, and the board fits on it rather perfectly, actually. I may lower it. I think it's a bit tall right now, but got the board sitting on top of this collapsible folding stand, which is awesome. And it also came with a laptop stand. So got my laptop sitting on top. I am running Windows 7 on an HP laptop, and I have a very small router right here, this little wireless guy here. I think it is made by CNET. It cost me about $25. It powers off a USB, so no extra adapters. It just sits right down in there. I'm going to Velcro that or something. That's sitting down right there. I've got my snake, strain relief here. Everything sits nice and pretty. It's a 24 channel snake with 12 returns. So I've got my left and right. I am running a stereo mix. And then these two I still have to convert over to TRS. I haven't done that yet. But I've got 8 of my 10 returns TRS because that's what this board supports. So I'm going to swap these two out, which will give me a full 10 aux sends back to the stage, as well as my left and right. Okay, I've got my FireWire cable here. I've got some music playing right now, so I can kind of demo this. Now I have my Studiolive software running. Okay, and I'm going to let's just move this for right now. We don't need that in the way. All right, so I've got all my channels here. I'm running just some music here on channel 24, and I've got my mains, and I can turn that up. All right. Okay, so that's all well and good. And if I needed to do something from here, I could change the volume here as well. Woo! Up and down. Now, what's cool is this. This is the exact same thing. First 12 channels here, swipe over, and I got my next 12 channels here, just like I have there. I can view any changes that I make here, you're going to see here. So if I mute it, boom, muted. Unmute, awesome. Here's the deal. Upgrade your software to the newest version. Get your remote app, and you now have full control as long as they are on the same network. That's the only key. And right now I'm not running an internet connection. I just have them connected through this little Pico wireless router, and I can now remotely control my mix right from my iPad. My whole main thought of this was, well, one, I can run sound from stage, hook it up. I've got a little stand adapter. I can set it on my mic stand, and now I've got control from wherever I am. The best thing, or the thing that I'm looking forward to most, is when I run sound. A lot of time it's for an event or something like that, and bands take a break, and maybe a speaker wants to come up and talk, or they want to do something else. I don't have to be tied to the board anymore. I could be anywhere in the facility as long as I still have my Wi-Fi signal, and I could turn channels on and off, and I can adjust volume. So let's say the music's getting too loud. Turn the music down. I don't have to be at the board. I could be hanging out with the band because that's usually where I'm at. Or I could run to the bathroom. I can control with the iPad, with running iTunes, I can run remote, so I can change the songs. I can do that from my phone. And there's a lot of possibilities here, and it's amazing what we're getting into now, because this isn't just you got a board, you got some speakers, you got some amps. No, this is super simple, and it's smart. The workflow is awesome, and I can fit my entire front of house rack in one case and a laptop bag, and that's it. Well, other than the stand, but the stand folds up real nice, and I could throw that wherever. I could even probably work it into another little briefcase or something. So that's what we've got. We're going to see this stuff again. I just wanted to kind of give you a preview. I want to talk through it a little bit. The QSC stuff sounds pretty darn awesome, and I'm running everything super flat right now. I don't have any EQs, I don't have anything running, and it's still sounding pretty darn good.